That image of her face will stay with you for the rest of your life. Your father asked one question. How long? You told him. 10 years. He nodded slowly like he was absorbing something very heavy. They didn't throw you out. They didn't scream at you. They just sat there and you sat there, and the weight of 10 years of lying was in the room with all three of you. That night you lay in your childhood bedroom and stared at the ceiling and felt something you hadn't felt in years. Not shame exactly. Something deeper. The feeling of having been absent from your own life for a decade. Of having missed something you can't get back. Of being 34 years old and sleeping in your childhood bedroom with nothing and owing everything. You cried for the first time in years. Not about money, about time. Level 9, the recovery. You're 35. You're sitting in a church basement on a Tuesday night. Gamblers Anonymous. You found it online at 1 a.m. You sat outside in your car for 20 minutes before you went in. You almost drove away twice. Inside there were 14 people. Different ages, different stories. They went around the room and talked about their weeks. When it was your turn, you said your name and said you were a compulsive gambler and hadn't gambled in 11 days. Someone said good. Just good. Like 11 days was real and worth saying out loud. Recovery is not what you expected. It's not about not gambling. It's about everything else. The anxiety gambling was medicating. The shame it was drowning out. The relationships you have to rebuild. The debt you face one payment at a time without running. You got a warehouse job. Physical, simple, honest. You come home tired in a way that helps you sleep. The urges still come. The wanting never fully disappears. You drive past a casino and something pulls. What changes is the space between the urge and the action. That space gets wider. Wide enough to make a different choice. Some days the space is wide. Some days it's very narrow. You go to the meeting on Tuesday either way. Level 10, the survivor. You're 42. The debt is gone. The day the balance hit zero, you sat in your car and felt something you couldn't name. Not joy, something quieter. The absence of a weight you'd carried so long, you'd forgotten what standing straight felt like. You got married at 38. You told her everything on the first date before it could become something you hid. She called 3 days later and said she wanted to see you again. You have a daughter now. She's 3. She just knows you as her father, the one who reads to her at night and makes pancakes on Saturday. You still go to GA. Sometimes a new person walks in and you can see yourself in them. You don't give advice, just presence. Just someone who was where they are and found a way through. You're not cured. You don't graduate from this. It's present tense every day. Some nights you dream about gambling. You wake up and hear your daughter breathing on the monitor and your wife sleeping next to you, and the dream goes back to wherever dreams go. You think about the 19-year-old walking into that casino with $60 on a Friday night. How ordinary that moment was. How it didn't feel like a beginning. Maybe you'd just sit with him, not say anything. Just be there so he wasn't walking in alone. You can't go back. You can only be here, alive, present in your own life in a way you weren't for 10 years. And now you want to say to everyone watching this, never gamble. It starts as a Friday night and ends as a decade of your life. That's everything. If this hit you, subscribe and like. It helps the channel grow.